Rogers does as well.
1, 2, 3. Henry, stop counting.
Back to the channel and on to the drawn train. Today's destination is Team Tramway, as I will give you guys my Super Rugby Pacific Team of the Week for round 16 of the competition. So, grab your tickets, sit back, as this will be an amazing ride! Toot toot! So, my number one from the Blues is Josh Fosatua. He provided an excellent performance at scrum time and was also very, very good on the breakdown side of things, being a menace every time he was in the breakdown, and he gave his opposite number some havoc. So yeah, he was also quite potent when he had the ball, and yeah, he mainly impressed me at scrum time. And yeah, he partners up with another dominant player at scrum time, but this time for the Chiefs, as George Dyer was absolutely coming against even the group, and he just pushed and pushed and pushed until the group was disoriented and exhausted. So yeah, he ultimately just caused so many problems when he was on the ball, and he really provided some impact off the bench when he came on, and yeah, he was just an absolute menace. 50th for the man, which, hey, what a way to perform in your milestone, Matt, right? Yeah, he was just absolutely killing it, and I couldn't ask for more. He also provided some brilliant carries when he had the ball as well. So yeah, couldn't be more happier with that selection. At Hogan this week, I had a tough time picking that. I ultimately had two candidates, and they were Ricky Riccatelli and, of course, the man from the Chiefs, Samafoni Tokiaho. But I ultimately went with Riccatelli as he went absolutely off in his final game for the Blues at Eden Park. He was just an absolute menace in every area. Nothing really stood out except for the fact that he scored a try in his last game. So, yeah, and he was just a real menace, giving David Pariki a nightmare when he matched up against him. He was just so good. And yeah, he was just the ultimate disruptor for the Waratahs, providing the Blues with some gorgeous go-forth. In the locks this week, we have Josh Cannon and Tupabai. These two were absolutely phenomenal with the line out and the pick and go scenarios. They were quite menaces in the set piece, being given the ball at every chance that they got, and yeah, they were just absolutely killing it. And against their opposition, they were just outmatching them in every single area. It wasn't even funny. And yeah, they were ultimately providing some game-winning moments for their teams. So yeah, I couldn't be more happier. 6, 7, and 8. 6 and 8, I went with the two most dominant figures for their teams, that being Wallace Satiji and Samisi Tupo Tailoa of Moana Pacifica and the Chiefs, respectively. Those two were just really providing some excellent running lines. And also, Satiti was quite phenomenal in the defensive end of things as well. So, Tupo Tailoa was mainly chosen because of his open play abilities. So yeah, I couldn't be more happier with that selection. And at 7 this week, I didn't see too much of the number 7s that were on show, but I ultimately went with a guy that really impressed me with his game on the weekend, and just his leadership. Well, it was very clear that I was gonna pick this man on the team sheet. He was the first name on it, that being the absolutely dominant Varini singer from the Highlanders. He was just the ultimate package against the Chiefs. He impressed me so much on the open side in the scrum, on defense, and yeah, those were his main two characteristics. I mean, I couldn't be more impressed with the man. He basically had the team on his back, along with another man who I've selected, but more on him later. Yeah, but he was just providing such havoc against the Chiefs loose forwards. I mean, the only one that got through him was Wallace Hatiti, but enough about that. 9, I ultimately chose Xavier Rowe from the Chiefs, while at 10, I've gone for Rivers Raihana from the Crusaders. These two ultimately had the games of their lives against the Highlanders and Brumbies respectively. Raihana led the Crusaders around the park really well and ultimately came up with some great kicks and open play, and he was the ultimate kicking package on the night. Every time the Brumbies were on him, he would just dive through them with no such problem. Well, Xavier Rowe really made some great passes and was just an ultimate menace. I may have said this in the recap, but he scored one of my favourite Chiefs tries of all time against the Landers. But yeah, he was just an absolute gun holder against the Highlanders. 12 and 13, it was a real easy decision for these two positions. Julian Savia of Moana Pacifica is at centre, while Timothy Tupatupanawa is the other Highlanders player I selected this week. Both of them provided some brilliant crash ball abilities, and yeah, they were ultimately just causing havoc against the Hurricanes and the Chiefs respectively. They were additionally adding some brilliant running lines while eclipsing the opposition defences with such magic. And the defense was pretty good as well. And both of their leadership qualities were on show on Saturday night and Friday night respectively, as well as they were just being menaces in every area of their games. So yeah, couldn't be more happier with those two. Fingers crossed, Tava Norway gets selected in the All Blacks, because after his performance against the Chiefs, my God, was he on point. And the final three positions. Now, I could not fight with these three. Sam Gilbert, Highlanders, and Lockie Anderson of the Reds, and Severies of the Crusaders make up the back three. Reese and Anderson were really causing havoc in the wider channels, eclipsing their opposition defenders, with such ambition, and they were just having the game of their careers. Reese added to his tally with a absolutely stunning drop goal while just running the Brumbies opposition through his skin. He played so good. And Anderson scored 4 tries. I mean, talk about being potent. That man should earn a Wallabies go up ASAP. But yeah, I'm really impressed with both of their efforts. And yeah, they were just causing havoc against their opposition all night. And yeah, while Sam Gilbert brought experience and leadership to his role off the bench against the Chiefs, he was just so good and open play, really guiding the Highlanders around the park when he replaced Cam Miller, and he was just so good in his last game, being an attacking threat ever since when he had the ball. And he was just so good. Even scored a try, which I don't blame him for. So there it is, Trons and Tronettes. There is my team of the week for the last round of Super Rugby. If this is the first Tron train that you've ridden, please like, comment, and subscribe if you're new around here. And also just stay kind to one another and please take your belongings as we have arrived at our destination station. And thank you all for watching today, as I will see you all in another video quite soon in the future. With that being said, if you'll excuse me, I will actually see you guys in a couple seconds time with my MVP for the Crusaders Reds game. Ciao and see you later. Ciao.